Welcome back to Andertons TV. I am here with Danish Matt Bellamy. And
Danish Matt.
The reason that we have grabbed the Quad Cortex again is because today Quad Cortex Neural are announcing probably the biggest update that it's had since it was released many moons ago.
Since the dawns of time.
So we now have Quad Cortex version 2, V2.
V2.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, are some of the features, new features.
We just point out that this is a pre.
We got a
beta version, so updated this, and it says up there as well. Please like and subscribe, because when we hit 2 million subscribers next time, we're going to give away.
I'm going to book Pete and I into the greatest old age people's home ever.
It's never going to happen, is it?
Right.
2 million is never going to happen.
So just to be clear, panic not. If this is not a new piece of hardware, right? So if you have a Quad Cortex, you just need to update to the latest operating system, which is Core OS 3.3.0.
That's it.
And then you will get all of the Neural Capture version 2. According to Neural, Neural Capture version 2 is an advanced evolution of Neural Capture, trained via Cortex Cloud for higher resolution and more detailed results. Just quickly reading through this, in a nutshell, whereas version 1, all of the capturing and the learning was happening within the hardware device, version 2 is now using a combination of the hardware and more learning kind of capability that they have within the Neural Cloud. So in order to do those captures yourself, you are going to need to have your Quad Cortex connected to the Wi-Fi.
So you have to have good Wi-Fi, I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit like the NAM thing, right?
Yeah.
Pete and I have been messing around with doing NAM captures via the Tone 3000 website, and it's kind of the same. Tone 3000!
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. So straight out the gates, off the bat, out the gates, there are 669 new captures across 41 different devices. So if you don't know what that means, it's 41 different products have been captured with multiple settings on each of those devices.
Because that's what you have to do, isn't it? That's what you have to do if you want to capture different ones, because otherwise it's...
So again, dive on over to the Andertons website or the Neural website to see what those new amps are. But yeah, there are 17 new amplifiers, 2 new combos, 4 new compressors, and this is again a big one now for the first time ever, fuzz pedals. So what they're saying is the new version 2 capturing is sophisticated enough to get under the hood of things like a fuzz pedal, which are like super reactive to different inputs.
It's also a digital thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and 7 overdrive pedals as well.
But there was, as you just heard in the beginning there was Robert's
so now we're moving away. So those are captures. The new virtual devices
that
are part of
oh my God.
The version 2 update is a Dumble Overdrive Special. Interestingly, they've captured the Overdrive Special and done a virtual version of it, like a modelled version, using their sort of Tina robot.
All right,
thing.
Tina.
Oh no, I tell a lie. Sorry, there are now 17 more cabinets as well, but these aren't IRs. These are modelled, or are they IRs? It just says we've added a selection of cab blocks based on cabinets that pair perfectly.
So by the time you get through them all, they'll have a new update.
All 17 cabinets have been added because they think they go well with the Dumble amplifier. New effects that are in here is the mono synth, which is basically what you heard doing all of that arpeggiated stuff at the beginning. Microprocessor based on the Eventide micro pitch delay. We've got a pattern tremolo, a bit crusher, a phase locked loop. Crikey, we've got wow! They've done the 1981 Inventions drive. We've got an Aguilar.
What Aggie Sug?
Exactly. We've got spring reverbs. We've got wahs. Blah blah blah. Anywho. So there's way too much for us to try and demo. So I thought all we would do is find 2 or 3 captures that we like, hit the virtual Dumble, and you heard us play around a little bit with that synth thing. So that's kind of it. I suppose ultimately, there'll be tons of videos from all the usual guys. I'm sure John Connon will have done a load for Neural, which is great. But look, there you go. So no change to the price of Quad Cortex.
It's free, right?
Yeah, it's a free upgrade. Yeah. The hardware's staying the same price. You can still, if you're quick, you can still get some of the white ones that we did as a limited edition. Again, links will be below. So the first capture that we found that we like is the Brit 220387. I'm 99.9% sure it'll be one of the most captured amplifiers in the world ever, but maybe these are the first official neural ones. So this is based, I guess, on a 1987 JCM 800.
Oh, that was a good year.
2203, and there were about a dozen different captures of that amplifier.
Can we see that just to show people, how do you do that then? So you go in there.
No, go back to where you...
You go in here, right?
Here.
Yeah, there you go.
And
just,
then you've got,
all
10,
of these.
10 different captures of the 2203.
How do I do that? Of course, we've done it before.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's come
there
out
you
of
go.
it
Yeah.
and turn it back on.
Double click. There you go.
This screen is a good opportunity. So if you're new to this world and you're going, what's the difference between a capture and a model or a virtual device? The knobs across the bottom are a giveaway here, right? So on a capture, they've taken the amp and they've got all the knobs that are on the amplifier. So you would have had pre-gain, input 1 and 2, you'd have had presence, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've dialed it in to get a sound that they really like. And then they've captured that. So the knobs that are on the front now, if you like, an overlay. So it's not the gain control, the bass, middle and treble and the volume control from that amplifier. It's just a generic gain, bass, middle, treble.
It's like a snapshot of what it is right there and then, that's it.
So if we went to a virtual version of the JCM 800, not only would you see all the knobs exactly as they would be on the amplifier, and you'd expect them to react exactly the same on the amp. You might also see things like how hot are the tubes running, what's the sort of sag, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So these are captures.
So which one is best, really? I think it's best if you're capturing your own gear at a certain setting you have to use and a certain on stage for something. Perfect.
Yeah,
that's it. If it's I think modeling is probably better because you can just tweak it without. This is stuff you put on top of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like on top of it.
So anyway, there you go. There's a model. Let's find another that
sounds good.
like.
I mean, it'll sound completely different out there because we're listening to generic speakers in a room. We don't have a 4x12. That's the difference, isn't it? So.
Indeed. Just before we do the second one, here are you can see the folder has got version 2 captures, so I can put it in here. Yeah. And then if I look at the amps, which is where the bulk of them are, you can see you've got a folder for each amp. So let's say, I don't know, let's try a piece BC1, I don't even know what that is. And then down here would be it's got a lot, 18 different types of setups here. So I don't know, let's see what number 1 sounds like.
Have you got a cab on there?
I have, but I've got a 4x12. So what is the piece BC1? Oh, it's a Pierce amplifier.
Pierce.
I'm even still no more familiar with that. Let's just...
Pierce?
I don't know what that would be, but if I go back to, we probably should change the cab for something else.
Also, it's worth pointing out when we were going through them before, you see a little yellow dot there. Those are all new.
Right.
So, but as you click them, it sort of disappears.
Don't know. If it's a clean sound, let's go with just a nice 212.
One thing that's great is that stereo reverb that's just going, yay!
Yeah, I mean, look, Pete and I have not tried all 669 different captures here.
And we never will.
Yeah, so in reality, if there might be some amazing ones in here and we're just jumping over them. We need to try the Dumble because obviously that we're going to then go and almost compare what the Dumble Capture sounds like to the what the Dumble Model or the virtual device does. I guess the problem, what we don't know on any of these Dumble Captures here is what were the settings. So Maybe that. I don't know if there's photographs or whatever on the Neural website that explains it more. I've just got a 212.
You got a 212 on it. That's kind of
I
what
would.
it is,
I would leave that on, to be honest with you, for that. So.
This is the thing with the Dumble, isn't it? We were lucky enough to plug into a Dumble. It wasn't an old Dumble we plugged into, it was a new Dumble. And it's a difficult amp to play. And I don't think anyone... It's really difficult to compare it unless you were there in the room with it and listening to it, maybe micing it up and then listening to it if it's in another room. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I was saying to Pete beforehand, the biggest difference for me is that if you're... And this is, forget whether it's a Dumble or any other amplifier, but I guess the Dumble just takes this to like its maximum level.
It's like a unicorn, isn't it?
There's just a difference between being in a room and hearing an amp really loud with its 212 cabinet versus hearing a mic'd up capture of that amplifier actually relatively quietly through some really great speakers, but the whole... So it's quite difficult to go, does it sound like it? Because you're sort of going, in one degree, it sounds nothing like it because you haven't got the volume and you haven't got the cab and the air movement and all that kind of stuff. And on the other hand, you go, actually, through experience of using this stuff, it actually probably does sound exactly like it. Like if you mic'd it and heard it through some speakers, it's exactly what it sounds like.
You know what it's like? It's like going on YouTube, typing in roller coaster, putting it on your TV, and then sitting in a chair in front of it and going, "Oh my God, this is an amazing roller coaster!" Or going on a real roller coaster. It's that you visually got the same thing.
So that's quite a good analogy.
But you're just not experiencing the whole thing.
I suppose
that's a good analogy, man.
It is a good analogy.
I just came up with that.
I think the end result, though, if you were going to have a Dumble amplifier, mic it up, record that onto a track, versus do this, they probably do end up sounding much the same.
Yes, but when you get to the end of that roller coaster and you step out of that thing, how you feel afterwards is the same as when a roller coaster ending on YouTube, you turn the TV off and you haven't pissed your pants, you know.
Yeah, but and thereon, ladies and gentlemen, the should you, shouldn't you go down the modelling route or stick with the amp route, that will rage on and on forever and ever, and that's fine.
And it's relic versus non-relic, it's the same thing, isn't it?
What I would like to hear now, and we might as well, I'm going to leave it with that amplifier. I'm going to try some of these fuzzes, because fuzz is, again, typically a really difficult pedal. Manufacturers have generally not done
they're
great
in captures
jobs
as well,
of modelling.
They're capturing, right? So you're in captures,
and then go to fuzz.
Captures.
And so let's let's do a real classic rather than doing a B-Tronics one. Let's do a fuzz face or a
Love fuzz, Iber fuzz, Love bender.
Okay, so the tone bender is called the Love Bender Mark III. So whack that one on.
So there's like 7 of them.
So you got to try and... Well, let's just pick the first one. See what's up.
I think the problem again there is that once it's captured with one thing, you can't get this.
You should be able to do the guitar volume input.
Yeah, but you can't. You can hear it. Maybe I think there's something. Fuzz is such an organic effect that once you're running it in with pickups and an amplifier and the feedback you get from the amp and the tubes, it's impressive that they can now do this. But I'm still like,
what I liked about that, which you don't normally hear on a fuzz, though, you could hear the pedal kind of organically sort of trying to breathe and go, oh, I can't cope with this bit, but then I'm coping with it better.
That's what I'm saying. It's done really well.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It doesn't change my. So there's no change between that, and I think all respect to the guys from Neural because they've done an amazing job capturing that because it sounds great.
Yeah.
But I think that organicness that you have between a guitar, a fuzz pedal, and an amp it must be super difficult to capture. Just a little bit. Maybe it's just this fuzz. Let's try.
Try a different. I mean, these are just the different.
Oh, they're just the
captures of the same. What other fuzzes? I'm not super
trademark
familiar
fuzz.
with some of these here. I mean,
Hyper fuzz. Well, how about the Love Believer? That's better. See, that actually does work.
I'm impressed with that one.
I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, herein lies the problem, I suppose. With 669 captures, and Pete and I we're probably going to do 5 or 10. We've got like a 1 in 100 chance of picking the best one, you know. But I agree. That's impressive. Good.
That is impressive.
I was about to say, that's probably, fair play Neural, that's probably the best
captured fuzz I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I like this. Especially. It's not
we
loud
tried
enough,
another
man.
fuzz.
Yeah.
There's the difference between, here is the issue with all of this kind of stuff, I suppose. It's like, you could, if you spend, I don't really know where I'm going now with this, but I think it's the point that, why are the presets so important? Because the average, human attention span for a piece of gear like this is probably seconds, maybe minutes. Mm-hmm. It's not hours. So you have to find a great sound fast. Otherwise, you do just go, I don't really like it. Even though there might be a million other sounds in it. Anyway, whatever.
And let's just try one. This is new overdrives as well. So there's a Love Deluxe 5. Let's just go
total random guess here.
Yeah, so...
It's a little bit crispy for me, but on the whole, it's sounding really good. Do you know what? If we just had volume as well, I'd be into that.
Yeah.
No, not into it. It's the wrong. It's not that I'm not into it, but it would tick another box for me.
We should expect greatness every time they bring something new out because they are on it all the time. They're spending so much time, and they are really they are first and foremost on front of this stuff.
Let's just have a little listen to this Dumble, the virtual device.
Yeah. Can I just point out that one thing I did notice is I tried to have 3 fuzz pedals on before and then that was it. It maxed out already. So obviously the processors
limits how many captures you can.
But you know what that means? That means they're going to have to bring out a new model, not a quad core, but an 8 core or something like that later on, a 16 core.
Now we're on the modeled Dumble. you can see immediately we've gone away from just having gain, bass, middle, treble, volume.
Yeah, you got all of the stuff
all
here.
of the knobs and switches that you'd expect to see
and you know
on
what
the front of an Overdrive
this
Special.
little eye there, so you click that and you can see what it actually means. Channel.
That's new.
It's a little brief, you know.
Yeah.
For
What does this control do?
Yeah, for us stupid people. Jazz.
Yeah.
Smoother than scoop.
I'm absolutely convinced that in the last 6 weeks or so, maybe 2 months, Neural have looked at the Helix Stadium and gone, oh, do you know what? They've done some quite clever stuff for people that don't really understand any of this stuff, like as in just making it easy to understand if you don't know what. And I bet you a lot of this is, anyway, I might be wrong. So here we are.
That's
Overdrive Special has 2 channels. It has famously a rock and a jazz mode. It has all sorts of switching for the EQ. It's and again, 99.9% of people who are watching this video will never play a Dumble Overdrive Special. You'll just hear, iconic guitar players playing through them. But the reason they sound great is because they are great. So it's difficult to know. But anyway, it is what it is. Now, I guess we're still running through that 2x12 G65. I think that's okay still. And we've got a tiny bit of plate reverb. And that's it. So let's...
Jesus, I almost fell over there because this chair is just leaning to one side. It does have that Bonamassa kind of sound, doesn't it? Saturated.
He bought Gary Moore's SLO.
He did.
Do you know what? None of that whole auction raised about £1 million.
Wow.
And I was looking at, and his red Strat went for 270, something like that, which means the Les Paul went for less, which I was surprised at, which meant a lot of the stuff was probably not going for silly money. I'm kind of kicking myself now that I didn't join the auction.
You could have bought all of it.
I could not have bought all of it, but I probably could have bought something.
I tell you what, I could have, but I bought new socks instead. Look.
Oh, good for you, man.
Look at that. Sorry, I put my foot on the table to show my bottom of my feet.
Herein lies the problem. Although I've played a Dumble, it wasn't an Overdrive Special, and I've just...
Was it not? What was that we played? Was it not an Overdrive Special? It was a new version of it where they were going to bring out.
I just don't know that. I don't know that I'm qualified. And if I'm not qualified, it probably does mean 98% of other YouTube reviewers aren't qualified either to really go, how good does this really sound in comparison? I think it captures what I think of a Dumble, which is...
Is that saturated?
It's
that kind of low end.
It's a driven... Fendery thingy going
almost
on.
Almost like that E53 thingy, that kind of old school.
Tons and tons of feeling like there's tons of power, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess you have to go and just listen to some iconic guitar players to get an idea of, who are the iconic guys, the sort of, the Robben Fords.
Robben Ford plays it all the time, but he's got such a lovely clean tone as well, Robben Ford.
What you say he plays it all the time. On when we last interviewed him, sorry to digress here, his studio engineer, whoever was producing it, said that the Dumble is overwhelming the track, so use something smaller. And I think he went back to not the volume, the range of it.
Yeah.
So I think he went back to using something like a Princeton or something like that, and the guy was like, "That's
better."
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there's no like Dumble always better, whatever. It's got a place, but certainly Kenny Wayne Shepherd's big Dumble guy, isn't he? Stevie
John
Ray
Mayer.
was, John Mayer, Santana, yeah. They're all big guitar tones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all big guitar tones. And also, there's no amps in the room here, which also just makes it really different.
I wonder what Howard Dumble would think of captures of his amplifiers?
Oh,
would he go, oh, that's actually pretty impressive, or would he literally just be like?
Well, he would make his own one, wouldn't he, and then charge a million for it.
We'll never know.
We will never know.
What's the clean tone on this like? I think that's quite underwhelming, isn't it?
But it's an overall special. It needs to. Sounds like a two.
I think, ladies and gents, I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed that bit that you were doing at the beginning with the synth. But I think that's probably Rabir. It's from Rabir's plugin, his neural plugin. So he's probably the guy to go and watch for that.
The new wah.
There's loads of stuff.
What was that thing that there's a bit crosser which is new, face lock loop which is new, and I'm just gonna go back here because what was the one? Oh God! See now.
What are you trying to do?
I wanted to get that.
Oh, the studio modulation thing that was in here, and it was called microprocessor.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, there you go.
This
very 80s.
I mean, because I love Eventide. It's so fantastically good sound.
Where you We had it there already. I just forgot to.
Oh, it's there already.
So, hey, let's just get rid of it and then turn it on.
Look how easy that is.
It's when you get used to this, it's not difficult.
We do need some more pictures though.
Well, that's what people are loving about the Helix is it's a little bit more graphical, isn't it?
Same with the Fender for that matter. It's all there's the amp. I know that amp. I click that and then I'll do that and it works. I can see the volume and stuff. But let's see what's next from these guys because they must be do something soon.
Well, I think I can.
I'm not saying that I know anything about it.
But sort of conclusively say you're not going to see an upgraded version of Quad Cortex at least within the next 12 months.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. But it's still great, man. It's still amazing.
Anyway, let me hear that. Play out with that microprocessor. We'll just play out with this. And again, there'll be loads of videos on this. They'll probably be like, this is probably what YouTube Day today will just be hundreds of influencers telling you about the updates to Quad Cortex. But I like it. I think it's good. So here we go. Let's have a play out, Mr.